Alright. Cool, so we're live. Day one, Rota 1 mil funding. From the jump, before I even started the live, I've been on the stream for a minute. Sorry, I've been on the charts for a minute. On the 50-minute, I already anticipated this move down. I thought, well, if I want to long realistically, I'd want to see us come down into, first of all, this fair value gap was the first one that I pointed out for longs, and then now obviously we've gone deeper to this fair value gap. We kind of dumped a lot, which is, it makes sense. I mean, you know, we look at the 1 hour, it's more of the same. I would not be surprised. We've got a 15-minute completely untapped fair value gap that we're looking for. I just want to wait and see whether this 15-minute fair value gap gets closed. We've got around 10 minutes left. Today we have got no red candle news, no red folder news, sorry. So we've got a clean day of trading. Oh wait, no, bro, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. No, we have red folder news. Yeah, 10 a.m. we got ISM PMI. Or 9:45 even. Yo. What? Okay. Yeah, so obviously we just took this major sell side as a protected low. Really, I should be labeling this. So we've taken sell side liquidity in the form of protected low, and you can see we're kind of, that wick tells me, yo, you've just grabbed a whole lot of liquidity. That's what that wick's telling me. And we're going to get in a bit of consolidation on the 1 minute. So obviously power over 3, we want to see consolidation, manipulation, expansion. So we actually really caught a trade. I didn't actually enter this one, but this morning we already had a really nice one. Dodgy caught this as well. I'm I'm probably just gonna bring up his trade recap. No, not that much. 30 seconds. This here, beautiful trade. A lot of people in the community took it. We swept equal lows. We had this inverse here. So we had an initial inverse like on the 1 minute, and you can see it closed at around here, but I didn't take, or I wouldn't have taken that one just because, I mean, it's a decent trade to take, especially here, as you've got protected highs above as a potential break-even point. But you never know, like price could then on from there just reverse, because you've still got a fair value gap. You don't really want to be entering fair value gap inverses when you've got consecutive fair value gaps. So yeah, the enter, if you're patient enough to enter up here, to enter up here and take partials, you'd probably target that, take partials at this buy side, and maybe just kind of close out the trade here. Pretty decent trade, very decent trade actually, to start off before market open. And then obviously we've got, it's kind of news. We had, what, it was, it PMI again? I can't even remember. Yeah, ISM PMI at 10 a.m. and 9:45. It's gonna run. Yeah, it's gonna run through to around, yeah. So we got a bit of news today. That's probably what we got. Like over here, we've got some shit price action. My idea for the next 30 minutes, ideally I'd want to see price come down to that fair value gap on the 15-minute and then expand up and fill those imbalances above. That's kind of my view on it all. See this fair value gap get closed, fill into this untapped fair value gap in a 15-minute, and then get into some trades down here. Back up to these imbalances. If not, if we are bullish from here, which I'm not entirely sure we are, I think we take this, tap into that fair gap back, and come down. But yeah, we kind of moved back into a discount zone. which is what I expected, especially for, it was quite high at this point. At this point, we were quite high in the range. It was quite hard to kind of make sense of any longs. There was a long that the community did take, which I don't know. Usually with the the IFEG strategy, you don't want to really be taking trades in premium as much. I think that kind of goes out the window when you're at all-time highs, for example. So if let me actually just find where's all-time highs. If I'm taking trades, fucking hell, that's all the way back here. So if I'm taking trades up here, this is all-time highs. This is all-time highs, right? And let's say I get an inverse up here. We get an inverse. So I'm happy to take this, right? I'm happy to take this target like a 1 to 2 RR. I am happy to take that just purely because we're at all-time highs, and longs, especially on a index like a futures index, is feasible. But it's always best, especially when we're not at all-time highs, to kind of wait to see a move down like we've seen, and maybe getting longs like down here. The only thing for me is this fair value gap. I'm kind of being wary that is down there, an untapped fair value gap, and I'm kind of if you look at the price leg from down here to up here, we get into premium at around here, and we have tapped into premium, into discount. We did tap into discount, and we're now kind of pushing bullish, but I really want to see it get down there. Maybe get a nice reaction off this 15 minute FEG, but we'll have a look. Cool. So we've just taken these protected highs. Bro, I'm eating flipping Chinese right now, man. It's fucking dank. Yeah, so I'm now looking for expansion up to these protected highs. Right, if we don't get a like a minor pullback, if we do start to get a pullback, we can expect it to pull back to around the 0.5. Again, we've got this bullish fair value gap that we can expect price to come down into if we react bearish from this liquidity. We swept liquidity from there, but honestly, I see it moving even higher. We've got quite a large fair value gap with a high inside, so we call that a protected high. We always want to look where you always want to have an idea as to where you think the market may be moving, and I think it's quite clear to me anyway that we're heading to these protected highs, honestly. Cool. So we're getting our pullback. I'm gonna leave up the. I'm gonna quickly go get my wash in, but I'm gonna leave up this. But yeah, we want to see. I mean, look, we can get we can get this to move into here. We can even get it down here. I'd preferably want it down there. So we'll see. I'll be back. All right, cool. So I'm back. I'm back here. So that's exactly what I mean. You guys saw exactly what happened there. I expected it to come down into that, tap into that fair value gap. That's exactly what we've done. Okay, so I think we're bullish. I think we'll reach up to those. If not, like I said, again, I want to see it come down to this fair value gap, 15 minute. But yeah. So no, we wouldn't take this. So obviously, if you're familiar with the inverse fair value gap strategy, we wouldn't take this inverse for a couple reasons. I mean, I wouldn't say a couple reasons because we've got a minor liquidity sweep, and then also we've got a delivery from a fair value gap. The only thing is, this fair value gap is very small. Like, if I was to stand 10 feet away from my computer, I wouldn't really be able to see it. We want nice kind of chunky fair value gaps like this one. So fair value gaps like this, like this, they're just too small. We really want to see that, and we want to see a nice strong momentum move down. So that's just one. I do have a full checklist, which I might actually just pull up. I might pull up the checklist now. Here we go. So, on liquidity sweep, delivery from fair value gap. We want momentum. So I think I did this in order of importance. I'm not too sure. Actually, maybe I didn't because we got macro time down there. But anyway, premium discount, that's important. Singular, but that SD stands for short term. So what I mean by that is, so we can have short term premium discount. So for example, this price leg. So this price leg here, or let's just say this price leg that I've already drawn out. So I'm talking about this whole price leg. So we can talk about that in regards to short term, and then long term we can jump on the 1 hour the 1 hour, and we draw out this one. So that's long term discount. So we're in long term premium in my opinion, and we can go major long term. We go on the daily and say, yeah, we're probably, if we're talking about this price leg, we're probably still in the premium. If we're talking about, I don't know, this price leg, we're probably in the discount. So it's just all, I make sure that I give myself another kind of parameter rather than just premium discount, because it's quite broad in my opinion anyway. Others might disagree. Then we've got singular FEG, so it can't be two fair value gaps together. Like, it can't close above one and then kind of close inside another. It has to either close both as one FEG, because on the for example, if there's two fair value gaps like right next to each other on the 1 minute, so that's like on the 1 minute, on the 2 minute, this same fair value gap is going to be one, if you know what I mean. So this is the 1 minute, and then this is the 2 minute. That is not a 2. So this is the 1 minute time frame, and then this is the 2 minute time frame. 1 minute has got 2, the 2 minute we've got a 4. So it's like it needs to close below both of them, if you know what I'm trying to say. Close above both of them or below, depending on if it's a bullish or bearish. So that's what I mean when I say singular FEG. Then we've got good draw on liquidity, which is what we're kind of doing now. We've analyzed, and we found this protected high. Let's say we got into a trade down here. That protected high would be a very good draw on liquidity to target. So we need to have a clear target. We need to know, when I say draw on liquidity, there is always going to be a draw on liquidity. Like, that could be London low, London high. Like, it could literally be anything. Asia high, any protected high, equal highs, equal lows, intermediate term high, intermediate term low. Like, there's always going to be a draw on liquidity. So it's quite kind of bland to just put good draw on liquidity. What I mean by that is have a good draw on liquidity, as in have one in mind. So don't just enter a trade not knowing where you're targeting. So that's just a good one to put in there. Bias, again, that kind of links into that. Where do you think the market is going at the time? I think it's bullish. At the moment, we're bullish. I think we're heading for these protected highs, and potentially even, look on the 15 minute, we're filling out these large imbalances. You can see on the 1 hour, completely untapped 1 hour fair value gap. So FEG. Actually, this is usually what I do, but I'm just doing this for stream purposes. Type shit. So that's what I mean by bias. Just have a idea of where the market is going, in your opinion. So as long as you have an idea as a trader, that's like the first step. Whether your idea is right or wrong, that's the next step. But just create a habit of having an idea. You know how I had an idea just then? I said, I wanted to see price come down into the fair value gap and then come back up. You can issue wind back the stream. That's exactly what happened. Quite cool to see. I don't know. Again, look, people may have taken this, right? So this inverse here. Now, you can already see how like small this fair value gap is. I don't need to explain that. But the entry model was good, right? So we tapped into a discount zone. We didn't get the entry in a discount zone. We got the entry in a more premium zone. If we're talking about just this price leg, it wasn't that far off being discount. So I guess you can make a case for it. And it looks like we're now actually just going to go reach for what would have been the TP. But I just think a trade like this is very risky. It would have been a good like RR as well, to be honest. Yeah, it would have been a good RR. But it's just one of those things, honestly. You don't really want to be entering trades like this. But yeah, we're going to be looking to get into a trade, hopefully. So I'm in the UK, as you can tell. I think I want to get into a trade before 6. Before 6, 100%. Ideally, before 5. I want to be done for the day. I've got some errands to run. But that doesn't mean anything, guys. That doesn't mean we force anything, okay? That does not mean we force anything at all. Alright, next we had premium discount long term. Then we have obvious fair value gap, which I just talked about. It needs to be obvious. And then SMT, obviously we know about SMTs. That reminds me. Let me actually bring up. MES. There we go. There we go. Can look for SMTs. Is that the higher? 6 o'clock? It is. Why is it on the hourly? That confused me. Alright, so we have actually got an SMT. 10:30 high. So we've taken 10:30 high, so I mean that is a sign that we could be moving to attack this low right here on MES. Alright, I think I'm done with this, man. Honestly, I think my thought process is still the same. Like we could really get anything right now. Like we do have an SMT right now. Obviously, we haven't taken this high, but we did on MES. If you don't know, that is what an SMT is. It's a smart money it's a smart money concept. where a pair of futures do alternate things. So obviously in this case, we've got an SMT divergence where on MES, which is the pair for NQ, when it comes to SMTs, they are aligned pairs in the futures realm. SMP and MNQ, SMP and then the NQ, and you can see here we've taken the high. So this 1030 high, we've taken it. You can see here we have destroyed it on MES, but on NQ we haven't. Simple as that. And that could tell us prices. That could indicate to us that price will go lower and potentially target these lows. That's just what that tells us. But yeah, it still remains the same for me, honestly. I mean, especially with this SMT now, it doesn't look like we're going to reach these protected highs. It looks like we're kind of rejecting that. I want to see, to even think about this fair value gap here as a potential inverse. To even think about that, we kind of need to, we need to come down to these protected lows. So that's quite high up. So we need to drop down into these, take that, run that liquidity, run those protected lows, maybe even to this, and then get a move up. There is no way I can enter a trade here, really. You know, we haven't really taken any liquidity. There's no delivery from a fair value gap, so it's not a trade I want to take, and we'd be into premium, quite deep into premium, honestly. Whereas if we come down here, even on this price leg, we're doing quite well when it comes to being in premium, at least delivering from discount. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see, my friends. Alright, looks like we're reaching up into that fair value gap now. I want to see a rejection, man. It's the only way I kind of see an entry anytime soon is if we get a push down. Otherwise, I might be here all day, bro. Might be here all day. So let's see what happens. I talked about this recently. I'm thinking about putting it on my Telegram, but what we want to see, especially if we're anticipating a rejection of a fair value gap, we want to see the candles stay below the consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. We do. It's a thing. ICT teach that a lot, and it's something that I didn't really hear too much. Like when I listened to ICT, I didn't really hear about that too much, but yeah, I feel like I don't see enough traders talking about it. But yeah, if we're seeing, kind of this price action, which at the moment it is staying below the consequent encroachment of the FEG, the higher chance of reversal, and it makes more sense for it to reverse. However, if we're seeing it messing around up there, it's probably going to inverse and reach for these protected highs. But no, honestly, I need these protected lows to get taken out. I don't want to leave that down there. I just don't. I don't want to have to, because at the moment we're kind of in no man's land. We've got protected highs above, we've got protected lows below. I'm kind of in no man's land. That is what I call that. When we've got protected highs and lows like either side quite like close to each other, I'm just waiting for one of them to get taken. There's not much we can do in that regard. There's not much we can do in that regard. So that's just currently what's going on. That is currently what is going on. Yeah, so you can see here we've actually tapped into the lower half of the fair value gap, and we're now rejecting down to hopefully reach for these protected lows. Got to be wary of these lows here though. Could hold some power in the markets. There we go. So we're getting what we want, courtesy of this SMT. Yeah, so what we thought would happen literally happened, without much like confusion. I'll go over exactly what happened in a second. So initially we had got the push up. We had this consolidation, and I kind of said we needed a manipulation anytime soon. And this movement up just kind of showed me, yeah, we've got this drawn liquidity as the protected highs. We've pushed up towards that. I then said if we're gonna get a pullback, we're probably gonna pull back into the discounted range of this particular price leg, which we did. I can draw it out. So we actually came back into the discounted range. Came down below this 0.5, which is the discounted range, and we actually dropped down, created a protected low, tapped into this, and now we're in. To be honest, I do like the look of this. Honestly, I kind of seen it a bit late. I was too busy yapping, but I do kind of like the look of this. I might try getting one here if we do get the close. No, we didn't get the close I liked anyway, so I'm gonna have a look here. I like the look. I mean, it's fair value gap is quite small, but to be honest, this is exactly what I was waiting for when it comes to. Yeah, then we got the SMT up here. We got the SMT. Which led me to believe we were bearish to come take out this protected low. To be honest, this does look really good in my opinion. Hopefully we can get in before we reach this fair value gap. That way we can go break even at around there, but we'll see if we even get the close. If we do get close, I think I'll get in. I think I'll get in if we get the close. Oh my god, we didn't actually get the close. That was some weird ass price action. So yeah, after the SMT, we kind of predicted price will come down to these protected lows. After we rejected off this fair value gap underneath the consequent encroachment of the fair value gap, especially, we needed to wait for that confirmation. The fact that it stayed below the consequent encroachment of the FEG, anticipating a move lower to the protected lows. I want to enter this, but I don't really like how small this fair value gap is. It might be worth it though. I might just enter a small position. And we'd go break even up there, really, isn't it? So at the moment, break even is, to be fair, we already, at the moment, break even is up here. If this trade is going to work, we want to see price just stay above this. We want to see the move up. There we go, we'll get a nice push upwards. Go wait for break even. Yeah, but we really want to see price stay above this consequent encouragement. It's not the best momentum, really, at all. And we got stopped out. I mean, yeah, it was a risky trade to take regardless, especially because of the how small the fair value gap was. We weren't getting great price action at all. Like, because we got good momentum, but if you look, we didn't actually close it there. And then we closed it here, and we got some strong wicks, as you can see. This is one of those trades that you would re-enter, especially because of the fact that we had yeah, you actually would re-enter because of the fact that we're gonna get probably a strong push up, probably because we had this protected low there. But we'll see what price does. Yeah, I do anticipate a very strong move up. Honestly, we shouldn't have been stopped out there. So the way this kind of the way it works is we don't get stopped out unless we close below the fair value gap. So realistically, we wouldn't have got stopped out, but we did because we are live trading, and the game's the game. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, it's just poor price action, honestly. But we're gonna probably reach up to that point now. Yeah, we have. So I'd go break even there. We can't be mad at this. Like honestly, yep, we did get stopped out as you can see, just because of the weird, wonky price action. But this trade will most likely hit. Confluence was correct. Entry was correct. We just couldn't move our stop in time. If you go back and wind back the what's it? The VOD, you'll see that like it was a very strong push down. Like it just tapped our stop loss. So at around, we probably would have taken partials at around the midway point of this kind of candle here. Well, we can't be mad at it. Can't be mad at it, and we would have got stopped out break even. So that's the trade. That's the trade of the day done. So we are done for the day. I'm gonna paper trade for the rest of the day. Just because we would have taken partials here, we did actually get stopped out, which is unfortunate, but it makes sense. Like it's just one of those things. Didn't get the best price action at all, really. So we're gonna paper trade for the rest of the day. I'm gonna do it. That just scared me. I don't know why it just gave me that fucking. But yeah, like I said, paper trade for the rest of the day. I'll probably be on till around 5:30. But yeah, I'll go ahead and run through the trade. I mean, everything was watched. You can go back in the VOD, you'll see everything up until this point was called, you know, quite well. We would have taken partials up here. We would have got stopped out break even. So we're done for the day. One trade a day. Yeah. So the confluence for this pretty simple. Very simple. We got our delivery from this fair value gap. Honestly, I said before we had reached down to the discount zone, before we reached down there, whilst we were up here, I said, yo, if we're gonna, you know, if we're gonna get in longs here, we need to see this protected low get taken. I was not comfortable in taking anything. So as soon as this fair value gap was created, I said, yo, we need to stay below the consequent encroachment of this FVG. Otherwise, we can anticipate an inverse to probably reach up to these protected highs. Because from the jump, even in the morning when we had this trade, in the morning, which I didn't take. However, a lot of people in the community took. I actually paper traded it. Very good trade to take, in my opinion. Very good trade. But at the time, I was kind of saying I wasn't comfortable taking any trades. I wanted to see buy side get taken, and I wanted to see us move down further below and tap into. Originally, I looked at this fair value gap, and then further down the line, we saw movement into that fair value gap, and then I was able to look for longs. From there, it was acceptable to look for longs, and then obviously we were mainly looking at this fair value gap as it has not been tapped into yet. And then on the 1 minute, as we approached this, we got a bit of consolidation. We had a manipulation out of that. We then came, reversed into this fair value gap, rejected off of that, came to this protected high, which is, was what our draw liquidity was at that time. Was no kind of setups or acceptable setup down here. When there's consolidation, accumulation like this is, you don't really want to get into any trades, because it's like you've seen it's gone up once, come down once, come up once, come down once. If you get an inverse here, it'd have to be a candle that is considerably larger, and the momentum is a lot more relative to the ones behind it, to actually have any real, what's the word I'm looking for? Conviction in the trade. Anyway, the wind pushed up to this protected high. We came down. I anticipated a rejection, or not a rejection, a pullback into a more discounted zone down here, taking this protected low and tapping into this fair value gap, to then move up higher and go for these protected highs. That was my kind of confluence. Then I looked on MES. I saw that the MES high at the time was taken out, the 1030 high. However, on M and Q it wasn't, which gives us an SMT divergence. And then that tells me, in this moment, I am bearish. I want to see price move down and tap into this protected low before we can even think about getting into any longs. Once we get down here, I see a slight move back into this fair value gap. People are wondering, do we take this? Do we not take this? No, we do not take this, especially because of the fact that we had an SMT, a bearish SMT above, right? We have not had a delivery from a fair value gap, or did we see any liquidity sweep? We didn't get any run on liquidity. So at that point, I want to see price reject this fair value gap. So we have this consequent encroachment drawn on the fair value gap, and we want to see price stay below that to then kind of validate the rejection. Once we got that rejection, we're pretty clear that we're bearish, and now I'm saying, okay, we're definitely going to reach for these protected lows. We did. We got a nice push through, get a nice run on liquidity. This is through the macro, by the way. So during the macro, we did get that run on liquidity from 10.50 to 11.10, and then we got that delivery from a fair value gap. We took that sell side liquidity in the form of the protected low, and then we got the inverse, right? We got the inverse, very horrible PA. So when I did take this trade, I actually left my stop loss here. It should have been down here just to account for that, because we only exit trades if it closes below the fair value gap. So our stop loss was down here. It kind of just wrecked it. But as you can see here, it actually went up and hit our partials point. So we were able to take a bit of profit from there. So we are actually done for the day. That was the trade for the day. Yeah, it was a risky one in my opinion. It was one that I had a lot of conviction, and I wouldn't recommend, especially as someone starting to trade, especially if you're trying to learn this inversion fair value gap model. It's not the best to trade, right? Because this fair value gap, I'm actually zoomed in quite a lot. It's a very small fair value gap. You see how this one here, you see how this fair value gap is quite large, right? You can see that if you stand away from your screen, you can literally see that. This one here was very small. It was a very small fair value gap. Yeah, not the best at all, really. But I just had conviction, man. But you can see here, if I just take these drawings off because it's unnecessary, you can see now like how horrible this PA is. Like, it's just not good. It is genuinely not good. Coming to the end of a macro, it makes sense. We've already run liquidity. So yeah, moving onwards though, I really do just I kind of just want to see, yeah, price move up and just continue to run these protected highs, continue to run to move bullish. We've just closed above this 1 minute FVG, so we've actually inversed this. So yeah, that's what we want to see. So that's that. That's the explanation. That's our trade of the day done. Yeah, I mean it's true. The market is very choppy right now. Um, Obviously we do have news. I'm pretty sure at this point we have all day. We have the total vehicle sales. We have FOMC member Muslim speaks. So we have quite a bit, man. Trump is speaking at 12:05. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe he's speaking now. I don't know. Don't know when he's speaking. So it's tentative. So we're trying to just. We don't really know when he's speaking. But yeah, chop. When you see choppy price action like this, you don't want to be getting into any trades. You kind of just want to sit back, relax. You know, scroll on TikTok if you want. Just do something. Just do everything not to enter a trade here. Do everything you can not to enter a trade. Obviously, at the time that we took this trade, like, you know, we was back here, so we didn't see all this chop. I didn't anticipate that. I didn't see any reason to anticipate that. But again, the market will do what the market wants to do at the end of the day. So at a point like this, yeah, we just relax. Someone like me, I'm just gonna watch it regardless because I'm obsessed with this shit. But yeah, you kind of just relax and don't do much about it, honestly. Alright, we're starting. It looks like we're starting to clear up now, anyway. But honestly, no, I do expect this high to be taken. This SMT high that we didn't take. I expect that to be taken relatively soon. Relatively soon. And then move up to these protected highs. And then eventually, I don't know if we're going to be able to do that today. I'm not sure. Move up into, yeah, now we probably will actually. Probably will get to that 1 hour. Completely untapped fair value gap. It's been a massive point of mine. You can see the 1 hour always holds more power than the 15 minutes. So for example, if I see a 15-minute fair value gap, so this is a fair value gap that I was focused on earlier for quite a while. I was focused on this fair value gap. I wanted to see price move down. Like it initially did go down into this fair value gap, which I called, and I just wanted to see a further move, just really far into this card. That's what I wanted to see. But we're getting a move down into the 0.5, and that's, to be fair, it's enough. We could still get that move down, by the way. That's not, that's not ruled out at all. Just price action is telling me bullish. Look, it doesn't matter if you're wrong, right? It doesn't matter if you think you're bullish, but the price actually goes down. You know why? Because you haven't entered a trade based off your strategy. You've just said, yo, I think price is bullish. Whether or not it is, doesn't really matter. And that's one of the things I love about this kind of more risk managed day trading that a lot of people are starting to take onto now. But yeah, we'll see. If we do kind of move up there, I'd need to see this. I'd need to see price come up above this high that we just took, that we haven't taken, the SMT. Kind of use this point as like a support zone. This point, that kind of order block, use that as our support. And mainly, I'd want to use that as a support. That's what I'm looking for, honestly.
just to get above that and use this as our new support so that we can kind of just move higher and just kind of start a new chapter, if you know what I'm trying to say. So yeah, that's the plan. So yeah, we did get this inverse. So yeah, I'm expecting price up to this protected high. We're just waiting for that to happen. Once that happens, again, I'm using this, or really just this whole range, so I can kind of bring it there. I'm using this whole range really as our new support, right? I don't want to see price go anywhere down here. I do not want to see price go anywhere near these areas after we break these protected highs. I just want to see a move up. That's if we are going to reach that's if we're going to reach for the stars, bro. That's if we're going to reach for that fair value gap above this 1 hour. That's what I want to see. That's exactly what I want to see. But we'll just wait. We'll just wait. We'll see what happens. Yeah, like I said, we are paper trading, so I actually could enter here. Let's go for it. Enter a paper trade. So big ass stop loss, bro. Obviously, we've got break even there. TP up there. There we go. Set to break even, and we'll take partials. Like, we'll take like half. How much do we take out? We'll take like 7 contracts here. So, hey, let's take 7 there. And let's take like 4 contracts here. We'll take like another 3 out. And then we've got full TP there. Fucking hell, this was the trade that we wanted. This was the trade that we wanted, man. Yeah, so we'll take 3 contracts out and leave 2 in to get TP, just because this is a pretty influential high right there. Like we said, we did take this high on MES, so I don't know, I'm just being cautious, honestly. This is a paper trade anyway, so I'm just doing whatever. Yeah, I've got a stop to break even, so it's whatever from now. We'll put executions on real quick. There we go. So we've just taken another set of partials, and we'll get fully out at that high, that 1030 high. But yeah, the reason why I paper traded this, in case you guys don't know, I paper traded it because I was already done for the day. I already took a trade. It was a winning trade. We did take partials, however, we got stopped out just because of an error of where I put my stop loss. It's not the end of the world. It is what it is. But we took a trade, so we can't trade anymore. This is called risk management. That's the mentality you gotta have. Like, one trade a day, win or lose, minimize the risks. But yeah, we are just paper trading just because I feel like it was a quite premature end to the day. So I'm gonna get fully out there just because I don't like how we're moving down. Yeah, there we go. All right. Yeah, so yeah, we actually took this trade here, but then we got a really nice inverse here after we took this protected low. I'm gonna get rid of that. Took protected lows. Actually, no, we didn't. What am I even on about? We took this consolidation here. Then we got a really nice momentous move. I didn't enter straight away just because of the chop. You can see the chop that we've been having. No way am I entering that. And then we got a nice kind of pullback into this fair value gap and then move up. Oftentimes when we close above, come down, and then close above again, that is the more optimal entry. I don't think I would have taken this live trade anyway, purely because the chop is crazy. Like, you want to make as much effort as possible to stay out the markets when it's chopping. There's genuinely just no need to be in the markets at that point if it's chopping so much. You're just gonna get wrecked. Like, every single time you'll just get smoked. It's just how the market works. You don't want to be in there when it's like that. I mean, like, you even saw, like, don't get me wrong, so when we entered our trade for the day, we entered where that vertical line is. So everything to the right, side, obviously now it's hindsight, but at the time I didn't see it. So that wasn't there. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So we entered here, so the chop didn't really exist at that point. You know, it was a good, I'd say the entry was risky anyway, purely because of the how small the fair value gap. It wasn't obvious, but it's just one of those trades that you take, you know, knowing the risks, and if you're more experienced in the markets, you take these with conviction and knowing the risks. So if you lose, you lose. And then you can kind of see the chop just starts as soon as I enter. Typical trading luck, but, you know, we move, we're still smiling, we're trading, you know what I'm trying to say? It's a fucking brutal game, bro, honestly. It is a brutal game, for sure. I want to see if anyone else would have taken this. I doubt it, to be honest. I doubt it, just because of... So yeah, one of them kind of took it. Bro, someone went from 8th. He has 2. What the fuck? Someone said... Bro, someone said they have 350k evaluations. They made 850 on them today. Normally they would lock themselves out. They took 1 L and said I either blow them or make it all back, bro. What the fuck? And then he said anyone else went from 850 plus to blowing 9 accounts, bro. Someone said, how is that even humanly possible? Because it's like, what the fuck? How the hell do you blow 8? How do you blow 9 evaluation accounts, bro? Fucking 9. Someone's in this. There's another SMT. Yes, there is another SMT actually. Erwin's journey. I'm not bearish.
So, he's gone and taken. I'm gonna turn off executions, but yeah, no, he's gone and taken this. So apparently there is an SMT. There is an SMT. There is an SMT from here to there. Nice spot, mate. Nice spot. So we've got an SMT. Then we got this inverse. I mean, look, I'm very bullish. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I anticipate now, like realistically, I wouldn't have gone for that. I'm gonna delete some of these drawings just because you don't really want too much to store in your trading at all. You do not want that. But no, he's taking this. It's a good trade. So this is the momentum you want to see. So this here, this like down closing candle is beautiful. That's like the momentum you want to see through an IFEG. Yeah, honestly, pretty good, and I'm pretty sure these are equal lows. So I'd be all out here, honestly. I'd be all out at these equal lows, man. All out. Especially because of this momentum fair value gap. I call them momentum fair value gaps because they're not really fair value gaps that you use for trade entries. You use them for knowing where price is gonna kind of fill eventually. And that's what we're gonna get probably. Yeah, so this is probably a lot of resting liquidity down here. Like you can literally see relative equal lows everywhere. Like this whole kind of bunch is just liquidity heaven. Liquidity heaven, bro. I like it though. Well done, Evan. It's a good trade, but I'm bullish. That's what I'm trying to say. I wonder what people are saying about it. If this hits, I'll rub one out on this chart. I'm guessing he's target. Does he not see those equal lows? So he's taking partial. Why is he not taking partials on the equal lows? And then his buy limit. So he's taking partials twice, and then he's fully out at that relative equal lows I was talking about. Yeah, that shot was good. I'd get out of these equal lows, bro. I'll keep her a buck. I'm bullish. I am bullish. I just don't know. I just don't know. I feel like will Price be able to get all the way down there? It's a drag. Unless there's like a news event coming up. What's the time? 9:07. It's not 9:07. Have I got... Bro, I've got it on the wrong fucking... Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm on -5 UTC. -5. It needs to be New York. I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? Because it's... There we go. There we go. Alright, makes more sense now. So yeah, we've got... Yeah, so like... No, we don't really have anything, honestly. We had news at 10. But no, I just... I don't know, man. We'll see. Like, look. If he gets down there, it gets down there. And well done to him, you know? I just don't think it will, personally. I mean, I want it to be bullish. I want to push up. I want to go up. I want to fill that 1 hour FVG. That was my idea at the start of the day, and then I stand by that, honestly. Got another... 11, 12. Yeah, we've got another SMT, but that's probably gonna. I don't think that's actually an SMT. I think we're gonna take that. You know what? The more we go down, the more and more I'm believing that we might hit this. You know, I see us getting here, and to be fair, if I see us getting there, I probably see us getting there. To be honest, yeah, fair enough. That's a really nice short. It's a very nice short. We'll see what happens though. Right now, I'm kind of neutral on the market, like short-term wise. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Yeah, looks like we're starting to push up now, as expected. Yeah, looks like we're starting to push up now, as expected. Yeah, just for me personally, I'd be out. I'd be out at this point. I just would. Like, fuck that. You know, we've hit equal lows, bro. Are they even equal lows? Oh, they're not. They're not. Okay, I was wrong. They're not equal lows. They're relative equal lows. Type shit. So, fair enough. We'll see though, man. I'm about to go grab a shower, so I'll probably hop off the charts now. I don't know how long we've been streaming for. Hour 47. We're done for the day, really, anyway, so wasn't a long day at all. We got in a trade here. There were better options, obviously, but yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. One trade a day to the moon and back. But I do just want to see how this one plays out. I'm actually going to draw it out. Fuck it. I'm going to end up drawing out after I said, like, he's really, like, going for the whole shebang, bro. The whole shebang. We're saying, yeah, we're taking partials here. You know what I'm trying to say? We're taking partials here, and we're taking full TP here. Like, that's a crazy trade, bro. In fact, he bypassed that. He's taking. I'm just gonna copy his exact trade. I wanna be in there with him, bro. So he's taking partials there and then partials here. So this is my last kind of. This is kind of the last line of defense, protecting these lows. Last line of defense. That's actually a protected low. So he's now taking partials here. Yeah, he's probably mad happy about that. If we invest 5 minutes, we go straight to data low. Yeah. Not necessarily, you know. But I hear him. I mean, he could really be holding to there, but I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I don't think his heart beats like that, man. I don't think his heart beats like that. I'm out there. Like, I'm out fully at the first low in question. But yeah, like I said, last line of defense is this low. Is this low right here. Yeah, people are happy with the PA today. People are very happy. I think the PA was very good today as well. I just think the only trade we took had bad PA. Like the only point in time where there was bad PA was like towards the end of the like 10 a.m. micro. I mean 11 a.m. macro, and we was in a trade at that point, so we kind of got hit by that. But you know, yeah. Yeah, no, that trade in the morning was nice. That trade in the morning was very nice. Right, the last line of defense, putting up a fight, bro. Putting up a fight. To be fair, I want to see it. Will probably kind of. I want to see it reject a little bit anyway. I need to go shower, bro. Shit needs to be done in the next couple minutes.
I think the one single only good thing to come out of this war in Ukraine is that the government turned around and suddenly decided it wanted to tax rich people. A very specific subset of rich people, which is Russian billionaires. And Roman Abramovich, who of course owns Chelsea Football Club, he complained it because you cannot put Chelsea Football Club in a bag. You know, I think that idea rests on a perception of rich people as if they are guys with like a massive bag of cash. Okay, rich people are rich because they own your houses, they own your house, they own your mortgage, they own King Tesco's down the road, they own the skyscrapers, they own the King windmills, they own the oil rigs, they own the King land that makes the food. They are rich because they own real assets. In this, they're rich because they own this country, and they can leave if they want. The country will still be here, and we can tax the assets where the assets are, which is here. How?
Yeah, we're pushing for it, man. We're hitting it. I can put a lot of money on it now. I'm gonna. Yeah, we're already like pushing below the CE. Yeah, that's hitting.
But again, this is a perfect
Example as to why we. I mean, it's not a perfect example yet, but it's a good reasoning. So, for example, if price was to now come down and then just reverse up, that's perfect. It's a perfect example because we've taken partials twice now. So we've on two different occasions we've pulled money out of our position. We've pulled contracts out of the position for profit. Right? If this now hit the top here, if it goes back to where we entered, we'll get stopped out at break even, which means we have now made profit. We haven't lost any money on this trade, right? But it didn't hit our full TP. So the way a lot of traders trade, they'll enter at a certain point. They'll enter at, let's say, like at this inverse down here. So let's say they entered down there, that inverse, and they will get in. Stop loss below the fair value gap, TP up there, right? And what price does is it moves up, so it goes up, it reaches around about here, and then it drops down, it comes back up, goes down, many opportunities, and then eventually just drops. And there's two things here. One, they didn't even put their stop loss to break even, so now they've lost money on a trade where their confluences were correct. And two, they didn't take partials, so they didn't take partials while they were up. It's one of the most stupid things you can do as a trader, is not give yourself credit where credit is due, right? If you enter a trade up here, bidding on the price to go lower, and then the price goes lower, and you're not rewarding yourself for that, then you're just an idiot. Like, if you think about it in the most simple way, you're an idiot. Right? If you're waiting for it to come down and hit a certain point in price, when there are many, many, many points in price where price could easily just reverse and reject, right? Because your confluences, again, I spoke about this. I've actually uploaded a video ranting about this. Like, your confluences completely changed. They're just not the same, bro. Your confluences are so different after you've entered the trade even. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, you bet on price to go down when you are here. Sorry, you bet on price to go down when you are here. After you've now taken relative equal lows like this, you're now here. Are you still really betting on price to go down? No, not really. Like, up here, yes. like, don't get me wrong, you can have like a lot of confluences that price will go further down, and a lot of confidence, that's the word, that price will go further down. But you do not have the same ideas as you did when you're up here. So you've done something correct. You've done something very correct, and you've bidded on price to go down, right? If you're bidding on price to get down to there, that's like a long shot. That's your target. We don't call it TP. I don't really like to call it TP, take profit, because that's not really where I'm taking profit. I'm taking profit here, I'm taking profit here, and I'm taking profit here, right? And I'm fully out here because this is just my last like resort. You know, I probably, my full position, like maybe 80% of my contracts are out at this point. Once I get down here, that's just kind of a runner. You know, I might even leave an extra contract in down here. But that 4, you know, you can kind of see, you know, that 1 to 4 RR ratio isn't really what I'm getting out of the trade, because it's unrealistic. You're not going to be coming trading day in and day out and just getting these fucking 1 to 4 RR trades all the time. Like, no. You're not, because you're taking partials 100%. You're taking partials all the time, right? Because it's common sense, honestly, when you really think about it. Because there's so many times traders will lose money when they've done something correct. Like, God forbid, price just comes up now and just doesn't go down to this accumulation bottom, and it just comes up and it just wrecks. It just completely explodes up. You know, there's reason for that as well, by the way. Like, there is reason for that. You've got an untapped 1 hour fair value gap above, right? We've got, you know, we've just taken, you know, intermediate term lows, right? We're reacting off a fair value gap. There is reason for that. You know, we've got untapped fair value gaps above. Like, there is reason for price to trade higher, and we can kind of see that. Like, we can see how price isn't really doing what we want it to do, right? And imagine at this point I haven't taken any partials. I'm then just gonna get wrecked. I'm gonna get absolutely wrecked, bro, because price will go up, it will take my stop loss. Like, don't get me wrong, it's possible that price will go down, but like, the first trade that we had this morning, so the main trade of the day, in my opinion, was this. We got a nice manipulation of these equal lows. Very nice manipulation. Look at that wick. Perfect. Beautiful. Then we got a beautiful candle. Great momentum candle through the IFEG. Completely textbook. Very textbook. Great fair value gap. We had even protected low highs. We would have then entered on the close, of course. Right? We would have entered on the close, of course. And we would have targeted this buy side. I mean, we can target that buy. That's more of like one of those runners. But we would have targeted this buy side liquidity. But at this point, I enter here, and guess what we've done here? So at this point here, we have now taken a very influential high. So that point is what I'd call my break-even point. Sorry, not ATL. Break-even. So I'm taking break-even there. I'm putting my stop loss to the top. Because if it now comes down, there is chance that this run on liquidity, right? Price just ran this liquidity. There is chance that will cause price to dump. It's possible, right? So at this point, we take partials here, and I think we took more up here, just because, you know, I think, yeah, we didn't even reach the high. We took more here. Oh no, we didn't. Sorry, we actually took partials here. We let price go up, and as it started to fall down, I got out of the trade. I got out. I'm rewarding myself, bro. I did everything right. I made good decisions. I'm rewarding myself. Like, no one's gonna take that away from me. You understand? So here, for example, yeah, we're now moving back up. I think I'm gonna hop off now, go get in a shower. I've done my rant. But I think, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what price does. But realistically, like, I didn't think we were gonna be able to reach these lows, and we haven't. There's still a possibility, of course. We can reject off one of these fair value gaps or react to one of these relatively equal highs and move lower. But at this point, especially, which is something I forgot to talk about, right? So right now I'm trading 50k evaluation accounts with a trailing drawdown, which basically means the drawdown trails. So if you have a drawdown of 2.5k, right? If you then make £100, your drawdown will now increase. So you now still have a 2.5k drawdown relative to the highest live amount of money. So for example, if I've made £500 up until this point, and then we move up, and now I've lost £400, I am now £400 into drawdown. It's called a live trailing drawdown limit. So it's not, oh well, I didn't take TP yet, so I haven't actually made it. No, that is the money you made. And I love that, right? Because it makes you understand that's the money you fucking made, bro. You made money and just sold it. Pretty much. Like, the people that won't take partials have literally done something right. It's literally like this. It's like you make a bet on a football game and it works. Like the bet, so let's say you have Harry Kane to score 5 goals. Let's say he scores 5 fucking goals, and you know what you do? You literally just ruin the bet again. Like, he scores 5 goals and you put the money straight back into a dumbass bet. That's what you're doing. that's the analogy. You put let's say £500 on Harry Kane to score a hat trick. He scores a hat trick. You then made £1,000, and you know what you did? You then went and you put a bet on Harry Maguire to score 6 goals the next game. That's what you're doing when you're not taking partials. In my opinion, that's what you're doing, bro. So yeah, you can see. Look at this. I love how I'm talking about this, and this exact same thing is just happening in front of me, bro. We have price came down, dropped into these like kind of targets that we wanted to hit. We've taken partials here, we've taken partials here, potentially even here. And as we get to as we start messing about down here and move up to around here, I'm out, bro. I'm out up there. I'm fully out. And you know, you saw that earlier. I was in. What was it? I was here. I was in. Entered this trade here. We kind of moved up. I took partials here, and I took partials again here. I left a runner to this high, right? I left a runner to that high up there. But once I started to see us pull back, I completely, literally, I believe it was literally here, I was out of that trade, bro. I was out completely, and I made profit. Because guess what? I would have lost money in that trade. I would have lost money, but if I was an idiot. Do you know what I'm trying to say? If I was an idiot, I would have lost money. So God forbid, like, if anyone's taken this trade and just left it in, hoping that it's going to hit full TP, which I don't think, especially people that trade inverse fair value gaps, I don't think they would do that. But it's just because I used to do a lot of trading. I used to do lots of OTEs. I used to watch a lot of guys that do SMTs, or they trade like Fibonacci retracements and stuff. I used to do all of that. So I've seen it all, and I've seen the whole like just set and leave it kind of approach. And I've had so many opportunities where I could have made money, and I've just lost it, right? Because look, we're about to go into drawdown. Like, we're about to go into drawdown. Like, we're about to go into the red on a trade that was very good. Because why? Why at this point? Like, I'm gonna take this off now. Why at this point do you think price is gonna carry on going down? Like, just why? There's no reason. Otherwise, you'd enter there. You wouldn't enter a trade down here. So why are you not taking partials, bro? Like, just why? I don't know who like would do that. But yeah, no, that's that. I think it's been a good trading day. We've actually seen. I think we only took one trade today. Obviously, of course, one trade a day always. But we were able to analyze 3. So this was actually before the stream came on, but we were able to talk about it. Very good trade. That's the trade of the day, in my opinion. That's the trade that we missed. And then we took this one. Which set off choppy action. We ended up getting partials at around up here, but we actually got stopped out. But it was a mess up when it comes to the stop loss placement. It doesn't matter. It's still done for the day, no matter if it's a win or a loss. I still take that as a win, even though we technically lost money, but I take that as a win. And then obviously we've seen a very nice trade in regards to the second fair value gap in the same area, which was kind of off this close. Took partials there and all good. And then, so 4 trades really then, isn't it? And then we got this crazy sell, which I wouldn't have entered. Like, I just wouldn't, even if I wasn't done for the day. I don't know if I would have, just because like I was quite bullish for today. Honestly, I was quite bullish, but it was a good trade to analyze, good trade to kind of call. You know, I kind of said I don't think it's getting there. Like I was betting in my head. Obviously, this guy is probably fuming. Yeah, I didn't think it was gonna hit. Yeah, I was confident. I wasn't. Do you know what I'm saying? I wasn't. I was not. Obviously, the 5 minute didn't get inversed. Actually, did it? No, it didn't. Yeah, I mean, I was confident it wasn't gonna hit. Honestly, that's why I love trading, man. You can kind of go like, you can kind of go like you're kind of battling to see who's gonna be right. In this case, I was right. We actually just rejected off this fair value gap and off this low. I said that was my last line of defense. I literally said that live. I said, yo, this is the last line of defense. I don't think it's hitting it. It could have, like, don't get me wrong. When I was up here, I'm thinking there's no way we go down there. But once we started moving down, we bypassed this. I said, yo, this is my last line of defense. This is my last line of defense. And we actually rejected and we've gone back up. And we're now into, yeah, stopped our break even. Good trade. All right, cool. I'm done for the day. Don't think many people really tuned in today. First stream, day one. Yeah, man. Is what it is. Peace.